Hello my dear students. ஒரு 81 கொஸ்டின் பார்த்தாச்சு, ஏற்கனவே டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணியாச்சு. சுவாலஜில இருக்கும் நம்ம. So next question 82. Question number 82. The questions come from evolutions. The questions come from the evolutions. So we need to give a more importance to the genetics and evolution units. Biology அப்படினாவே 12th பொறுத்தளவு biotechnology யூனிட்டும் genetics and evolution யூனிட்டும் ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டன்ஸ். சார் எவல்யூஷன்ல இருந்து ஒரு சிம்பிளான கொஸ்டின் தான் கேட்டோம். By evolution, evidence of evolutions, fossil evidence is the most important evidence. The fossil evidence, otherwise called paleontological evidence. So at the same times, the embryological evidence, anatomical evidence, morphological evidence. So homologous organ and analogous organs. This is the most important. Homologous organs and analogous organs. So homologous organ has the same structural origin but perform a different functions. But analogous organs have a different structural origins but perform the same functions. This is a basic question. But the questions out of the following, which is the example of convergent evolutions? The homologous organs oscillates these to create the divergent evolutions. Yeah, divergent evolutions. Clear? This is the divergent evolutions. The organs is used to be created the different kind of traits based on the habitats. At the same time, when we come to the analogous organs, it is going to create the convergent evolutions. Convergent evolutions. Different kind of organism is going to create the same function. Different sexes is going to perform the same functions. So, which are the following examples of convergent evolutions? So, you know very well, eyes of the octopus. This is the example of analogous organs. Octopus as well as mammals. The flippers of the penguins as well as dolphins. You know very well. The penguins as well as dolphins completely different. And we reason the third one, sweet potato. Sweet potato is the root modifications. Sweet potato is the root modifications. Root is modified into storing organs. Here the potato, Solanum tuberosum, is the stem modifications. Stem modifications. ஒன்று வந்து ரூட்டா இருக்கு, இன்னொன்று வந்து ஸ்டெம்மோட மாடிஃபிகேஷன்ஸ். பட் ரூட்டாக இருந்தாலும் பரவாயில்ல, ஸ்டெம்மாக இருந்தாலும் பரவாயில்ல. The primary function is storage of food. The primary function is storage. இப்போ வேற வேற ஆரிஜின் பட் ஒரே ஒரு ஃபங்க்ஷனை பண்ணுச்சு அப்படின்னா அது பேர் தான் என்னமா இஸ் கால்ட் அஸ் த அனலாகஸ் ஆர்கன். அனலாகஸ் ஆர்கனுக்கு தான் எக்ஸாம்பிள் கேட்டுக்கணும். அப்போ ஐஸ் ஆஃப் ஆக்டோபஸ், ஃபிளிப்பர்ஸ் ஆஃப் பென்குயின் அண்ட் டால்ஃபின்ஸ், ஸ்வீட் பொட்டேட்டோ அண்ட் பொட்டேட்டோ. ஸோ ஆல் த த்ரீ இஸ் த எக்ஸாம்பிள் ஆஃப் convergent evolutions. What are the examples of the divergent evolutions? If I find examples of tendrils of cucurbita, tendrils of bougainvillea, bougainvillea and cucurbita. Both of them is the complete examples for the homologous organs. Vertebrate hearts, vertebrate brains, the four limbs of cheetah, humans, even these all are the example of homologous organs. So question number 83. Once again, the biological oxygen demand. This is the microbes in human welfare. Microbes in human welfare பொறுத்தளவு the bioactive molecules and the biological treatment, sewage treatment plants as well as biofertilizers எல்லாமே கொஞ்சம் clear-ஆ பார்த்துக்கிறது நல்லது. அப்போ BOD of the sewage is reduced significantly. Already we reduced the BOD. The BOD is the direct indicator of the pollutions. The indirect measurement of the pollutions. ஒரு BOD வச்சு how much amount is going to the organic matter is going to present, how much is going to polluted அப்படினா determine பண்ண முடியும். The effluent then passed in the settling tank. When the bacterial flows are allowed to the sediments, this sediment is otherwise called as the activated sludge. The sediment is otherwise called activated sludge. Some amount of activated sludge is going to enter to the secondary treatments. It acts as the inoculums. So primary sludge basically formed in the physical treatments. Then primary sludge is going to process to basically the primary sludge. The effluent, primary effluent is going to pass to the secondary treatment plants. The aerobic sludge is not flow, is considered as the aerobic. Anaerobic digestive sludge finally is going to deactivated by some kind of anaerobic organisms. And aerobic organisms to produce methane gas. To produce methane gas. So the correct answer is activated sludge, where the bacterial flow is allowed to be sediment. This sediment is otherwise called activated sludge. Question number 84. Which of the following methods is the contraception is high effective but having the poor reversibility? So the contraceptive methods, the primary aim of the contraceptive methods to prevent the fusion of male and female gametes. Many contraceptive methods, physical barriers are there, chemical barriers are there, biological pills, everything is there. But the word is given, the questions is asked contraceptive is high effective as well as but having the poor reversibility. Once we carried out these contraceptive methods, we are unable to come to the normal life. We are unable to give the fertile offsprings. Yeah, this is the methods. So the method is called sterilization methods. What is meant by sterilizations? Sterilization method is also called termination methods. Termination in the sense, once we just carried out the termination methods, unable to again produces the fertile offsprings. That's why the word is given have the poor reversibility. Sterilization is two different types. One is called as the vasectomy. The second one is called tubectomy. The vasectomy is the sterilization method of male. The tubectomy is the sterilization method of females. So this is have the very effective as well as rather poor reversibility. You know very well oral pills. This is irrelevant to the questions. Oral pills is the tablets. Is we take the Sageli is one of the important oral pills. A week of pills so longer is going to produce by CTRA, Central Drug Research Institute, Lucknow. The barrier methods, condoms, we can use diaphragms, vault. Yeah, intrauterine devices is also used. This is the intrauterine devices is the most used method in India. So question number 85. Question number 85. So Stanley Miller performed the experiment to explanation of origin of life. This is the most important. The evidence of evolutions, the origin of life. Yeah. Many theories are going to explain the origin of life on there, but the scientific experiment carried out by Stanley M. Miller, yeah, Harold Urey, but experiment is going to perform by in the year 1953. Same year, 1953 also, the Watson and Crick is going to use the double helix structure of the DNA. So direct question, the answer is 1953. So section B, zoological question, part B. This is the basic questions. The first question may be asked from microbes in human welfare. Assessment reasons. This is the baculovirus. This is the biocontrol agent. Assessment is called baculovirus. It's the biocontrol agents. Baculovirus, Trichoderma viridi. These are some biocontrol agents. Yeah, is genus nucleopolyhedrovirus. This is assessment is correct. The assessment is correct. This is an example of nucleopolyhedrovirus. But reasons are they are effective against plant pathogens as well as some other organism also. This is a statement. Reason also correct, but the reason is not correctly explained with the assessments. Clear? This is going to specifically the insect specifics. But it's not only the plant pathogen. So the answer is both A and R is true. A and R is true, but R is not a correct explanation to A. Question number 87. This is the little bit lengthy questions like this, but it's a simple question from biological classifications. See, the ciliated protozoans, cilia. This is called as the ciliated protozoans, or cilia is the peculiar characteristic feature of parameciums. Cilia is the peculiar characteristic of parameciums. The sporozoans, you know very well. This is the plasmodiums. Flagellated. Yeah, the flagellated is otherwise called as the trypanosoma. Trypanosoma is always causes the sleeping sickness. So amoeboid is the endamoeba histolytica. This is the first column. Okay, well, the ciliated protozoans is belonging to parameciums. Clear? Only one option is going to. Second one. Paramecium sort of characters. When we come to the parameciums, the structure of paramecium like this. The paramecium commonly called as the sleeper animal or zoo animals. This contains two nucleus, dikaryocytes. Yeah. One is called macronucleus, other one is called micronucleus. This contains hundreds of the cilia. This contains a small tubular structure is called gullets. So they have the cavity is called gullets. This is the cell surface. So the paramecium only is contained gullets. When paramecium is contained in gullets here, we are unable to move, sir. Yes. So the paramecium is only gullet. Sporozoans, very well, organism is called a spore-like organisms. The organism is called the spore-like organisms is going to present it. So the first one, the answer is 1B. Clear? Second one is called as the P. Third one is the correct answers. Third one is the correct answers. Yeah. So the correct answer is third one. So 1B, second one is B. 2, very well, sporozoans or plasmodiums. This is going to match with the S. Third ones, the flagellated protozoans is the trypanosoma is the examples. The characters, these parasites form the disease is sleeping sickness. Clear? The amoeboid protozoans, they are able to move, capture their primarily putting in out pseudopodia. Pseudopodia is one of the peculiar character of amoeba. So question number 88, identify the correct statements. This is the simplest question from the reproductive health. The IUD, intrauterine devices, are the ideal concept method of female who want to be delay the pregnancy. This is the correct statement. So whenever the females is like to delay the next child, this is the most as well as wide used contraceptive method in India, intrauterine devices. But when you come to the statement number 2, copper releasing IUD, very well. Yeah, CUD is correct, CU7s, but lips loop is the non-medicated. But instead of lip loop, what will come? The multi-loop 375 is the correct answers. So lips loop is the non-medicated, that's the wrong statements. Hormone releasing IUD, LNG2 is correct, but progesterone is correct. So that is C also is relevant. It's one of the most widely accepted contraceptive devices. Yeah. At the same time, IUD is going to increase the phagocytosis of sperms within the uterus. So the correct answer is A, then D and E. So the fourth is the correct answers. Basically, the IUD is going to increase the phagocytosis. The copper is going to engulf the sperms. Phagocytosis is nothing but engulfment of the sperms, usually occurs in the uterus. Question number 89. Which of the following is correctly matched? Very well is the collarbone, otherwise called clavicles. Collarbones is otherwise called clavicles. Collarbones. Clinoid cavity is the peculiar character of a pectoral girdle. Yeah, clinoid cavity is called pectoral. Acetabulum. This is the cavity is called present in the pelvic girdles. A kneecap, otherwise called patella. This is the direct questions. Already we discussed the 206 bones is very, very essential. You need to be remembered clearly. At the same time, the structures. Two ribs line, false line. Yeah, I discussed earlier. That is called controsternal ribs. Controsternal ribs. All clear up mind lo vechukna. So the correct answer is collarbone is called clavicles. Fourth one. Yeah. The clinoid cavity is called as the pectoral girdles. So the correct answer is 3. Yeah. The acetabulums is given as the 2 pelvic girdles. Then kneecap as always called patella. So question number 90. So this is the questions from microbes in human welfare. The various the active molecules, the hormones or enzymes is going to source citric acid. Everybody know very well. Yeah? Aspergillus niger. This is the fungus. Aspergillus niger, citric acids, acetic acids, yeah? Lactobacillus acid. At the same time, butyric acid, Clostridium butylicums. எல்லாத்தையும் படிச்சிருக்கோம் நம்ம. Streptokinase அப்படிங்கிறது இங்க just create the confusions. Hemolytics, but the term streptokinase exclusively presented. We are going to extract the streptokinase from streptococcus. Streptococcus where statin where cyclosporin A. This is the immunosuppressive agents directly extracted from Trichoderma polysporums. Please keep it in your mind in ATP. See cyclosporin ATP. Trichoderma polysporums. Then starting, this is coming from the Monascus purpureus. Saturday is coming from Monascus purpureus. So the correct answer is, yeah, 2. 2, 1 and 3, 4. Question number 91. So which of the following statement is correct? Yeah. So no, very well. This is the basic questions. The macrophages as well as leukocytes exhibit the amoeboid movement is the correct statements. This is the correct one. This statement is correct. But visceral muscles are located in the inner wall of the hollow organs is correct of the body. The viscerals inside it, but it's not made up of striated. This is mainly made up of smooth muscles. Yeah, smooth muscles. So this is the incorrect statements. This is considered as the correct statements. The light band is contain actin. Yeah, light band is contain actins. This is correct. Dark band is otherwise called myosin actin and myosin light band contain actin is called as the eye band. White fibers. Basically, we are going to divide the muscle fiber into two categories: red fibers as well as white fibers. Is the basis of the myoglobin respiratory pigments. இதில் மயோக்ளோபின் அதிகமாக இருக்கோ அதில் வந்து ஏரோபிக் ரெஸ்பிரேஷன் கண்டிப்பாக நடக்கும். இதில் வந்து மயோக்ளோபின் கம்மியாக இருக்கோ அங்கே வந்து anaerobic respiration நடக்கும். So see the questions. The white fibers specifically, the number of mitochondria is not plenty, is very less. The amount of sarcoplasmic reticulum is not a low. This is also high. Is given in change. So the correct answer is, sir, the incorrect statement is. The incorrect statement is B. Incorrect statement is. The incorrect statements. Okay. So the incorrect statement is B and D. So macrophage. The question is asking the direct questions. So question A is correct. At the same times, the C is correct. So the answer is A and C, the second options. A and C is the correct answers. Question number 92. The mature of the graphene follicle generally presented in the healthy human female around 11 to 17th day of maturation. The day is 11 to 17th. Yes. So I know very well the first is called as the menses stage, then proliferative stage, then secretory stage. Clear? This is the ovulation period. This is called as the fertile period and so on. The ovulation periods. Almost. The ovulation periods. 10 to 17 day. Around 10 to 17 or 11 to 17. This specifically is going to present the graphene follicles generally presented in the ovulation of the healthy 10 to 17 day. Clear? Question number 93. Questions coming from once again the evolution lessons. Evolution is a simple question. So what is the correct events of the history of life? Which one is going to first form? You know very well the first form material structure is nothing but the self-replicating molecules. Yeah, the first one is going to organic molecule usually forms. The first one is going to form organic molecules. Second, the organic molecule is going to convert it into the self-replicating molecules. Self-replicating molecules is undergo the natural selections, some changes, then is going to form the prokaryotic, then is going to form the eukaryotic cells. But this is the most important thing. Others were uncomfortable. Complicated. The first form cell is called prokaryotes. First form cells is called prokaryotic. Prokaryotic is going to evolve into eukaryotic cells. Eukaryotic cells. So the correct answer is 1. DECAB. Question number 94. Which one of the following methods contraception is effective only up to the maximum period of 6 months? The 6 months. You know very well. The lactational amenorrhea. Whenever the mothers is usually feed to the child, At that time, the whole metabolism is concentrated on the production of mammary glands, function of proper mammary glands. During the 6 period of time, they are unable to exactly predict the 6 months, but almost the 6 month of the periods, what will happen? The ovulation will not form, the menstrual cycle will not happen. The lactational amenorrhea, this is also one of the contraceptive devices. The condom is the barrier methods, the coitus interruptus. The method is called coitus interruptus, also barrier method. Periodic abstinence, suppose we have that prevent the sexual act between the ovulation period, 10 to 17 days, called as the periodic abstinence. So the correct answer is lactational amenorrhea. So question number 95. Select the true statements. Very well. The select the true statements against question coming from the locomotion and movements. Questions coming from locomotion and movement. The dark band is called as I band. I band is the light bands. Dark band is considered as the A bands. A band is otherwise called anisotrophic bands. Is contained myosin. Dark band only contains. Yeah. But this is a A. Actually, A is it correct means everything is correct. So this is the irrelevant statements. The A band and I band arranged alternatively throughout the length of the myofibril. This is correct. Yeah. Acting as the thinner compared to myosin filaments. This is also correct. So the portion, the myofibril between the two successive line is Z lines. Zweinskepp line. This is the word is coming from the French. Zweinskepp between. So consider as the sarcomeres. So the question is asking from the true statements B and C is correct. Question number 96. Which statement describes correctly about the receptor of the drugs? Statement 1, opioid. Yeah, opioid which bind the specific receptor in presented in not the respiratory systems. This is specifically presented in the nervous system. So this is the incorrect one. The first one is called incorrect ones. Statement 2, the cannabinoids which has the interact cannabinoid receptors principally present in the brain is correct. Cocoa alkaloids, erythroxylon coca, this interferes the transport of neurotransmitters, specifically dopamines. This is also correct statement. So 2 and 3 only is the correct. First is wrong. Question number 97. This is the diagram based question from the chemical control and coordinations. Whenever the hormone directly entered, it may be the non-steroidal hormones. Non-steroidal hormone directly is going to enter to the target cells, then it enter to the cytoplasm, is going to generate some second messengers, then is going to work in the proper functions. Clear? Is going to work in the proper functions. But it is the steroidal hormone of irindal. Is directly first is need to be entered to the nucleus of the cells. Nucleus kulla poite DNA oda bind agano. DNA some kind of changes usually occurs. What kind of changes? First it need to be transcribed, then translated. So the which of the following is correctly identified? The label with A as well as A to I. So this is the first one is called non-steroidal hormones. Then the B is considered as the receptor cells, secondary messengers. The D is the steroidal hormones. This is the steroidals. D is the steroidal hormones. So steroidal hormones, then nucleus, hormone receptor complex, then genomes, then synthesis of mRNA. Yeah, is going to produce H is the mRNA, messenger RNA. Messenger RNA undergo translate. The process is called translations. Then finally is going to change the physiological response. So the correct answer is 2. So question number 98. This is the most important questions. Basically simple questions, not important. CAD, very well. CAD is nothing but atherosclerosis. Angina is called as the, what does it mean? Acute chest pain. Hypertension, very well. Blood pressure is higher than normal. This is the normal hypertension. Clear? Acute chest pain is mainly caused by the appearance of, appears when enough amount of oxygen is fully present. Clear? The atherosclerosis is going to caused by the deposition of the calcium, fat, cholesterol in the fibrous tissue. So whenever the blood pressure is tremendously increased, what will happen is directly affect to the vital organs such as brain as well as kidney. So A1, B3 as well as C1. A1, B3, C1. The two options are there. Second one, A2. A2 is directly going to matches with A2. Clear. Okay. So the correct answer is angina, acute chest pains. B1, just C2. So the correct answer is 2. Clear? So already we discussed here. So இந்த மாதிரி மூணு காலம் கொடுக்கும்போது ரொம்ப கேர்ஃபுல்லா கொஞ்சம் கொஸ்டின் பார்க்கணும். மூணு காலம் கொடுக்கும்போது கொஞ்சம் கேர்ஃபுல்லா கொஸ்டினை பார்க்கணும். C1 again A2. Okay, good. Question number 99. Out of the following theory of natural selections, natural selection is the most important theory of Robert Charles Darwin, is considered as the father of evolution. Observation which are natural selections, natural resources are limited. This is the most. Whenever the natural resources limited, at the time a big competition is going to happen over the place. And the competition வந்து யாரு சர்வே பண்ணி பெஸ்டா சர்வே பண்றாங்களோ is called survival of fittest அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. So limited. The population of stable size except seasonable fluctuations. Supposed to be stable size are no, except for seasonal fluctuations. The members of the populations vary in their characteristics, even though they look superficially similar. All the three characters is going to observe the theory of natural selection. So most of the variation is inherited. So A, B, C, D, all are is correct. So question number 100 is a simple questions from the frog. Frog ஓட success கண்டிப்பா தெரிஞ்சுக்கணும். ரானா டெக்ரீனா அதோட digestive system, circulatory system, excretory system, nervous system எல்லாமே clear-ஆ படிச்சோம். The questions coming from the reproductive system of frog. Which of the following statements is correct about the reproductive systems? Clear? The vasa efferentia or 10 to 12 numbers arise from the testes is correct. The number also is given correctly. The vasa efferentia entered the kidney on the side and opened into the foramen canal is not right. This is called said as the bidder canals. Is considered as the bidder canal. This is the irrelevant statement. B is the irrelevance. A pair of yellowish, not a brownish, a pair of yellowish testes which are adhered in the upper part of the double fold peritoneum is called, is not a sinus venosus. Sinus venosus is the part of the heart. The place is called mesorchium. Mesorchium is the correct. Okay. So this is also is the irrelevant statements. Is going to the ovaries are situated in the kidney. There is no functional connection with the kidney. That is correct. This is one is correct. A mature female is able to lay 2000 to 3000 ova at the times. So correct answer is A, then D and E. The correct answer is fourth one is the correct answer, A, D and E. So almost we have completed the 100 questions. எப்பொழுதுமே ஒரு கான்செப்டை கிளியரா படிக்கும் பொழுது பயாலஜியை பொறுத்தளவு யூ சப்போஸ் பி கான்சென்ட்ரேட் லைன் பை லைன் இந்த என்சிஆர். என்சிஆர்ட்ட யார் ஒருத்தர் ரொம்ப கிளியரா படிக்கிறீங்களோ வி ஆர் ஏபிள் டு சக்சஸ். அதர்வைஸ் லிட்டில் பிட் டிஸ்கஸ். அதனால என்சிஆர்டே ரொம்ப கிளியரா பார்த்து படிங்க. ஆல் த வெரி பெஸ்ட் ஃபார் அவர் நீட் எக்ஸாமினேஷன்ஸ்.